Well, gone are the days when we picture Antarctica as another world that we just can't reach. In 2019, around 74,000 tourists added the continent to their travel list. So the cold continent is becoming quite the hotspot, if we can say it like that. House of Travel spokesperson Jeff Leckie is joining us thanks to our partners at House of Travel. Good to see you, Jeff. This is almost like a bucket list destination, isn't it?
Absolutely. There's a thing called the Seven Continents Club where people would like to tick off every continent in the world, and this is definitely the hardest one to do. But it's not as difficult as people may think. So although over 74,000 people visited in 2019, they didn't all actually get to walk on the ice. So there's two very distinct ways to visit Antarctica. Only ships that take less than 500 passengers can actually land people on the ice. And so the big ships, they do a sail-by. Most of those depart from Ushuaia, right at the bottom tip of Argentina. And those large ships will just sail by the Antarctic Peninsula. So you'll see bergs and you'll see wildlife, but you won't get to walk on the continent. If you actually want the full Antarctica experience, you need to go on an expedition ship. They also leave from Ushuaia in southern Argentina or from Puerto Williams in southern Chile. And innovative companies like Silver Sea have invented an air bridge. So you can fly one way across the across to Antarctica, and then you can cruise back, or you can just fly both ways.
Brilliant. So it's accessible now. What would you see and experience there?
Look, this is a destination where if you're an explorer, I mean, the imagery sort of says it all really, but if you're an explorer, you enjoy wildlife and nature, environmental, you can actually take part in citizen science experiments on board. You know, many eyes help to count the wildlife there's all those sorts of things while people are down in Antarctica. But you can kayak down there. These smaller expedition ships, they have to take less than 500 people. Most take 200. And the reason for that is you can only land a maximum of 100 people on the ice at any one time. So 100 people on the ice, the other 100 people in the Zodiacs or kayaks, experiencing, imagine kayaking among the bergs.
Okay, so if I wanted to go tomorrow, what do I have to do? Any sort of training or preparation, or or is it all kind of pack your thermals? Is that about it? Is that all I need to know?
No, here's the polar plunge right now. So look, this is one of those bucket list things that people want to do. There's no training required. It's not you're not Mawson or Shackleton. You're not going to be doing that sort of expedition. What you're going to be doing is travelling with experienced expedition leaders, maximum 100 people on the ice. Here's a really good example. They take you ashore in the Zodiacs. You can snowshoe on the ice. You can kayak. You can actually even overnight in swags on the ice with some of these expedition teams. It only operates from November through to March. Obviously has to be the Antarctic summer. And so, yeah, at House of Travel, we package it all for you. So we'll give you all the tips. Yes, there's a really good packing list that you need to take, but we do, on the expedition ships, they do provide the really good thermal parkas, and also you can see the people in the images there dressed up in the gear. That's all provided by the ship.
What are we talking in terms of costs?
So we have a really good package at the moment, which is including flights from New Zealand, a couple of nights luxury stay in Santiago, and then we fly you down to Puerto Williams. You join Silver Endeavour, which is the most luxurious expedition ship ever built. So you can go exploring an adventure, but you can still do it in style. You're looking at about $18,799 for about a 12-night package. From New Zealand.
Again, though, once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Now accessible, but you certainly would have to plan and book ahead for that. House of Travel spokesperson Jeff Leckie, thanks for your time this morning. And you can get in on the action too. House of Travel are offering a luxury expedition to Antarctica in March 2021. 2023, I think that is. We're well done with 2021, including a 12-night Silver Sea package from Auckland, with suites currently available from $18,799 per person. With this deal, you get a bonus, a luxury 2-night stay in Santiago. Call House of Travel now to discover Antarctica. Sounds amazing.